Okay, everybody, and welcome to our tutorial today on how to input piano music into MuseScore, and then we're going to take that music that we've inputted and convert it into a band arrangement. So this is the beginning of probably a 2 or 3 video unit on how to do this project, but we're going to start off with, you should all have a worksheet of this Baby Shark, which is, I pulled this down here. This is a PDF of Baby Shark. You should all have a copy of this. And what we're going to do is we are going to actually spend some time today inputting this into MuseScore. So what we're going to do to start our project is we're going to go into MuseScore 2, and we're going to start with just very simply a piano score. So we're going to go create new score. That's going to be called Baby Shark. And our subtitle is going to be Band Arrangement. And you're going to write composer, put your last name, and click next. Now what we're going to do to start this arrangement is we're very simply just going to start with a grand staff. And if you look at the actual arrangement, it's in 1 sharp. So we're going to start there, next, and 32 measures and 4/4 time is fine. However, if you actually look at your arrangement here, we're going to be in 2/4, and we can change that here. Oops, down arrow, 2/4, and we are going to click finish. So here we are now, we've got our Baby Shark band arrangement. We're working with our piano staff. We've got the treble and the bass. We've got our last name. And what we are going to do is we are going to literally copy this arrangement using all the skills that we've developed in the last few videos with note entry in. So we're going to start off with a quarter note D, followed by a quarter note E and some 8th note Gs. I go into my note entry tool, hit the number 5, quarter note D, drop it down an octave, quarter note E, and 8th note G. Now, after a little bit of work, yours should end up looking like this. Okay, so here I have finished my arrangement. I have copied the Baby Shark band arrangement into MuseScore here, and we have all of the parts and pieces. So, quick reminder on using the repeat tool. You can find all of those things over here in the palettes. These slurs between the different notes are here. You may end up having to click the notes in to get your double stacked chords here, things like that. However, once you have this arrangement put together in MuseScore, you are ready for part 2, which is going to be to add your instrument. So we're going to go back into the instrument function here, and I'm going to put an alto saxophone in because I want to play this on alto. So I'm going to add that in here. And you can actually select the alto saxophone, and I like to put that on top when I'm working. So I click OK. You'll see now I've got an alto saxophone, and this song happens to put the alto in 4 sharps, but that's okay for now. I'm going to click on the very beginning of the song, go all the way to the last measure, which is now over here on page 2. Hold down Shift and click on the last measure. Now, you might not like looking at this in 2 pages, so I would suggest changing this to a continuous view, and then you can very simply look at the song from beginning to end, left to right. So I've got the entire lead line selected here. I'm going to hit Control Copy, Control C, go to the alto part, and hit Control V. Now I've created an alto saxophone part for Baby Shark. And as I scan through this, all of these notes fit really, really nicely on the alto saxophone. So there's not much work I need to do there. All right, the next thing I'm going to want to do is maybe I want to add another instrument to my arrangement. So let's add a trumpet and a trombone. Click OK. Now we can move them again if you want to adjust them in the score view. I like to put the piano on the bottom, so I could just push that all down. So now it'll go alto, trumpet, trombone, piano. Click OK. And here you'll see I've got my other voice parts. So what I would like to do is I'm going to actually just copy this. Oh, here we go. I go back into my instruments. We mixed up our piano staffs here. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bass staff from the piano, Control Copy, and I'm going to paste this into the trumpet part here. And what you're going to notice is this is way too low for trumpets to play. At least a lot of these notes are too low for trumpets to play. So what we're going to do is, to make this part better for trumpets, is we're going to go into notes. We're going to transpose this by interval, and we are going to go up an octave. And now you'll see these are all some really nice trumpet notes. Trumpet can play this low A, no problem. It goes up to a high F, which some of the trumpet players here at UNAMI can play very comfortably. Scrolling through here, this all looks really good. The only issue is trumpet can only play one note at a time. So what we're going to do is we are going to give trumpet the top note. So we're going to go through and we're going to select, and sometimes you got to do this manually, each of the lower notes, and just using the delete key, we are going to remove all of the lower harmony notes, and we're going to give the trumpets the lead part of the harmony. So alto's got the melody. Anytime there's one note at a time, we just leave it. Anytime there's two notes, we're going to delete the bottom notes for the trumpet. And now we have a nice trumpet part that is playing a harmony part to the alto saxophone. So again, I've already got this in my clipboard, but if you lost it somehow, you can recopy it, Control C. And we are going to paste this into the trombone part now, Control V. And since the trumpet is playing the top note, I can delete the top note, and I can even delete that inner note, and I can just give the trombone the bottom note. So we're going to do the exact opposite of what we did on the trumpet line. We are going to remove the top two voices for this little harmony part, and we're going to give the trumpet the high part and the trombone the low part. And again, I'm just clicking through and deleting at this point. This shouldn't take too long. Only a few notes here. Anytime there's two notes, I'll take the top note, get rid of that. Now, if you look at this note on trombone, this is a low G on the trombone. They can play those low Gs. You could actually pick either one of these. These are both great notes on trombone, but since trumpet's playing this one, we could get rid of that, and we'll just continue our idea of giving the trombone the lower part. This is kind of a high note for trombone, but also very reachable. I'm looking through this. We've got a ton of notes here. Let's take rid of these top two. If you notice these words are getting in your way, they won't on the actual score. When you go into page view, it won't be in your way, or it shouldn't be in your way. We can always actually delete this. We don't even need these, come to think of it. So we'll get rid of that. Now, going back into the continuous view, I now have a alto, trumpet, and trombone part based off of all the notes I input via the piano score. So what we could do is you can actually listen to your arrangement of Baby Shark, which features alto saxophone lead and trumpet and trombone harmony. Here we go. Spacebar will start to play it. And there you have it. You've taken a piano score and you've just done a trio arrangement for three instruments that all play in different key signatures and also different clefs when you look at the trombone and the trumpet. So once you are finished your project, please make sure to save it. You can go back into page view if you ever want to view what it would look like when you were printed out. And you can actually, we will submit this in class later on. So I hope this has been a helpful tutorial. Please take some time in class today to work on it. If you're having any trouble getting the first ending or second endings to enter into the score, you can skip that for now and just put the repeat signs in as needed, and I can teach you how to put those brackets in another tutorial. So thank you so much and have a great class.